Beautiful people, come on in, chime on in. Blessings, 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 blessings. Yes, today of the title of the live today, we're not going to do a rant. I'm going to try to get on and get off. Blessings, Miss Jackson, is to get through it, right? So I wanted to come in today in a moment of transparency, right? Because I've been having a moment, right? I've been having a deep moment. And it's my responsibility to everyone. Because, I've told you all my story, 10 years of straight dark depression, right? So when you've come out of years of, and you've been delivered from years of depression, don't be fooled that the enemy is not going to knock back on your door, right? And especially during the season that you've specifically been prepared to is at hand, right? And this is the atmosphere that is very conducive to not feeling your best because it's so much going on at the same time. And I know it's somebody on this live that needs it today. And I want to tell you that it's okay if you're not feeling okay. And I want you to know, and it's not that you're not strong, but you're real. And you're real with yourself because your truth is so much more powerful. If you're in a season right now, and if you're having a bad week, I want you to go through these steps that has helped me come through so many times. I want you to stay focused and look at the big picture. I want you to analyze some things that made you feel better before and to go through those steps for yourself once again. And one thing from my sheer experience that I've learned, for me, I feel my best and I can shift my atmosphere when I eat better, when I drink my water, when I calm myself down, and when I don't do things when I know I am not bringing my best self to the table. So go through your steps. Stay focused and look at the big picture. The third thing is, I need you to sit with your emotions. Don't act like it's not happening. Don't act like you don't feel it. Don't act like, oh, I I'm not being strong if I don't acknowledge it. I need you at this moment to sit, look in my eyes. I need you to sit with your emotions because this is how you master yourself, right? Because this is what we're getting an opportunity to do. Don't push it to the side. Don't ignore it because there's certain phases to transformation that has to happen. First, we normally go through denial, right? We don't want to deal with it. We want to act as though it's not here. I'm not supposed to be going through this. I've been dealing with this before. I've been delivered from this. We go through a phase because you have to go through those transformation steps. You go through a phase of denial, and it's okay. The second step, because we're working towards transformation, because the Bible tells us it's not about the one that finishes swiftly, it's about the one that will endure to the end. And I need you to get all the way to your destined place that God wants you to be in. And in order to do that, we must be real with ourselves. And when you're not at your best, your main focus should be getting back to your best, not about how it looks or how it feels. The first step is normally going to be facing the denial. The second is finally getting to the point of acceptance when you're like, listen here, this is where I am. This is my truth. This is how I'm feeling. And I'm going to give this the proper time to analyze it and address it so I can see what I need to see out of it, because that's how you strip the power from the enemy. See, when we face the enemy head on is where we gain our power back, right? So when we act like it's not the moment, I am feeling some kind of way right now. You got death going on. You got finances going on. You got business going on. You have responsibilities going on. It's so much happening at the same time. And see, I started on my personal development journey over 8 years ago, so I'm not new to this. But I must tell somebody that is specifically going through all of when the enemy is coming at you from the north, south, east, and the west. I must speak to you because you will get through this moment. And how you are feeling, you are not alone. And especially when you are a gifted individual, and especially when you are spiritually sensitive, because you cannot deny the heaviness that's in the air. You know something is taking place. You can feel it. But you must address your issues first. Because I can't help nobody unless I first help myself. And I can't literally shine the light unless I'm willing to shine the light on the things that's trying to hold me back from fully walking into the divine destiny that God has for me. And we're in the hour that everything is at hand. Do not be misled. Everything is taking place at the same time. The next step is going to be acceptance. So first you go through denial, then you go through finally accepting what's going on, and then you finally get to that place where you have sat with those emotions. You've dealt with your truth. You've given yourself grace, and you've given yourself permission to see what you literally need to face at this moment, because it's something on the other side. Because the only way to get into action mode, which is the third step, is if you go through those other steps. But if we stay in denial, you will never get into making movement in your life and really getting to your true, that true destination and that real power. Because see, invulnerability is power. In the freedom to express your weakness is power. I used to think that the ones that look like they kept it all together, because so many people come to me and be like, I got to be my best self around you. I can't come. No, listen, listen, it is what it is. We are all human. I would be wrong to tell somebody that I don't have days and I don't have moments. Blessings, Nicole. Hey, sweetie. I would be wrong to tell somebody that I'm always in the highest energy and I'm always in a production and producing phase. No, I fight some real demons on a regular basis. That's why I literally am able to see others through when they're facing theirs. Listen, this thing is real. This environment is conducive to trying to crack and break people to their core, because the enemy is coming from so many angles. You're dealing with sadness. You're dealing with despair. You're dealing with responsibilities, pressure from the north, south, east, and the west happening at the same time. And this has nothing to do with you not being a believer and trusting God, but it has everything to do with you getting what he needs to show you through this emotion, right? Because we must stay focused on the big picture at hand. Because in my willingness to address what I don't feel like dealing with is when I'm able to take ownership for my journey, right? So then at the end of the day, the goal is to get through it the healthiest way as possible. Because for those that have been dealing since a childhood with addictive behaviors, this is the time where you normally fall into one of those cracks. That's when people normally take the easiest route. Normally it's drinking, it's smoking, it's sex. It's all of these easy handed out fruit to be able to minimize and to make the situation go away. But this is the hour that we need to face this thing head on, because the only way you can get through this, so you can get what you need to get out of this season, in this moment that we're in, is if you address your truth. How are you feeling right now? If you're not having a good day, you're not having a good day. Try it again tomorrow. But the goal is not to be in denial. The goal is to not go mute. The goal is not to go numb. The goal is not to literally go hide under a rock, because that's where he gets you, right? The boogeyman comes out in the darkness when you hide it. But if you stand tall in that emotion, I guarantee you'll understand that you and your brave, that courage in you is the light the whole time to get you through this process. Because this is about only the strong will survive. As you see, those that understand that it's not about eating healthy anymore because you want to, you have to. It's not about surrounding yourself in an environment to be fruitful. It's about survival. It's not about shifting the atmosphere because you think it's something that it sounds good. It's what's necessary to be able to get through what's currently at hand, right? And this is coming from a person telling you that I am having a moment. Because there is no lack. Listen, I'm going to make this $1 million this year. I'm going to do it. I know that. And it's going to literally happen through me going through what I am currently facing right now. But there is no lack in this money. It's opportunities everywhere. I'm literally having to choose. Do I fill out all of these proposals and get on this money, or do I take care of my spirit? Do I deal with my truth? You're listening to a single woman that has been doing so many things on her own for a very long time. It's real out here. I would love to have a teammate right now. I would love to have a husband that got this, like he's willing to tag team up with me and say, listen here, honey, I got you. I would love to have a spouse right now. I'm telling you, but this is the cost I took. This is the choice I made to say, Lord, I'm willing to wait and I'm willing to go through whatever I got to go through to become the person that you're willing for me to be. So I had to weigh the cost because I was not willing to take the low-hanging fruit, right? So dealing with these emotions of being upset, like, God, I thought you was going to give me my husband right now. Now I got to go through a whole nother battle by myself. I know you are here, but it would be nice to have somebody else right here, right now. This is my transparency moment. And this is coming from the same person that I see people say, oh, you're so strong. No, I'm not strong because I want to be. It's because I have to be. There's no choice. But I have my days when I'm like, listen, I would love it to be a little bit more cushioned than what it is, because it's real out here. When you have to make executive decision after executive decision after executive decision, when you have to deal with not only your own well-being, but the well-being of others, it's a lot. But I go through those same steps every single time, and that's what gets me through, because the Bible says when you fall down, you get back up. And see, I go through those same steps every single time. So, Nekia, are you eating healthy? Nekia, are you sleeping? Because I haven't been sleeping for the last 2 weeks because I'm literally working on discipline, on getting myself up early because I want to be able to maximize my day. But it gets to the point that even strategy is not going to help you for what God is trying to tell you right now and show you right now. And that is to face your truths. Because even the things that we've been freed from is always going to try to come up and sneak up on you, honey, because this is the hour at hand. This is the moment that we all been waiting for. Listen, this is the transfer of wealth happening right now in front of your eyes. And then it's like, listen, I need to make sure I'm on it. I need to make sure I get it. I need to make sure I put myself, I want to make, listen, that's everything that's supposed to happen for you, for me, we're going to get. But we must take care of our vessel. That's the first priority, because that is what is conducive to longevity. The race is about longevity. It's not about the one that starts off the fastest. It's the one that finishes, right? And I wanted to come on today because I'm responsible for those that I'm assigned to be transparent and to help you through if you're having a moment right now. Because people are having loved ones leave here from the left and the right. Individuals are having bills that are due. We're now hearing that the government, they don't have any more money. So the SBA loans that they promised and the 10,000 here and here, that money is not even there for the small businesses. But what I have to do is center myself. What I must do is make sure I am real with myself. And what I must do is get to a place of peace, because that's where it finally gets to production, right? So I wanted to come on today and to be a word of encouragement to somebody that might be in the midst of not having a good day, and that it feels overwhelming, and that it's a lot taking place. And because you're spiritually gifted, you can feel the energy all around you. And you're trying to figure out your place. And what I want you to do first, as just a word of advice, is think back on some of those days where you felt your best. What were you doing on those days? What got you back to that strength moment? What got you back to clarity? What were some of those steps you took to center yourself? Do it one by one, day by day, because that's your main focus, getting back in alignment, not staying over here in denial, but getting back in alignment so that you can really be effective. So that's all I wanted to come on today and say, listen here, we're going to get through this. And we're going to come out on top. And we're going to get every single thing that the Lord has for us. But we must face our truths. And when you're going through those moments and those days that you're not feeling your best and that heaviness feels like it's overwhelming, I need you to center yourself. And I need you to do what you need to do, what's best for you, to get back to the place that the Lord wants you to face. So no more being in denial. No more, oh, I'm the strong girl. No, listen. Being real, to me, has always produced the level of power that I need to be able to go into my journey. Because being able to be vulnerable and transparent is how we see change. So as a person that is doing a lot of things right now, because I have a lot of things going on right now, but I must deal with the things that want to sneak up from my past. I must deal with the things that want to think it's sneaky, because this is the hour. I'm not going to tell you and say, listen here, just chill, just chill, just chill. No, honey, listen, I've been through plenty of seasons where I missed the moment. So I know what it feels like when you need to be on go season. I know what it feels like when you need to be executing. This is execution over excuses time right now. Excuses. There are no excuses in the current hour, because only the strong will survive. So make sure you're eating right. Keep your immune system healthy. Make sure you deal with some herbs. See, for me, I'm all about the holistic, because I know what changed my life back in 2008. I started on a journey and I literally was dealing with a lot of ailments, and I knew what herbs. And now I'm so grateful, because if I would not have gone on that journey, even on the holistic routes, I wouldn't be able to have individuals come in to say I'm dealing with this or I'm dealing with that. And I can tell them, listen here, this is what helped me. This is what normally is connected to this. This is what is able to get to the root of that issue, because that's from sheer experience. But I'm here today to tell you, do what's best for you to get centered, so that you can be effective, so that you can have consistency in your race, and so that you can literally get all that the Lord is preparing for you in this hour. This is the moment that we've been waiting for. I will not lie to you and say that this is not the time to execute. This is the time to execute like never before. This is the time to have the divine production like never before, because this is going to separate the wealth gap right now. You're seeing it happen right in front of your eyes. So position yourself first internally, so that you can prepare yourself externally to experience all that God has for you. So I hope this was able to help somebody today. Listen, we are all lifted in prayer. We are all literally covered. We are protected. But you must stay focused and keep the main thing the main thing. If that vessel is on low, guess what? The enemy can sneak in all kind of ways. You make holes for him to come in. That means you're going to lower your immune system. That means you're not going to be getting good rest. That means that you're going to be going into another cycle. And you don't want to start that all over again. So address it early. Face it early. Don't get into denial. Go through accepting what is actually going on and taking place and what you need to address in that current moment, so that you can effectively take action to move forward. Because this is the season that you need to take forward action in a major way. Because this is the year of foundation. 2020 equals 4. That's the year of foundation, solid foundation. The Lord is preparing. Yes, these are sister locks, honey. Your girl has officially transferred over to the natural world, Nicole. So yes, honey, I have crossed on over, and I'm loving every minute of this decision, because see, this is my season of commitment. So if I can't commit to myself in ways, it's no way I can expect anything or anyone else to commit to me, right? So I work on a lot of things with me externally, so that I can be able to produce externally. Listen, face your truth. Do whatever shifting is necessary for your journey. Understand that it's not all about being brave, like not brave, but it's not all about, oh, I'm scared. No, you got to do it scared anyways, but make sure you at least get to a point of acceptance, so that you can take action effectively for what God is trying to show you in this hour, because this is the moment of the great divide. This is the moment where it's going to determine how you're going to live for a very long time. This is the hour. This is it. So make sure that you take care of your vessel first, so that you can be effective moving forward, right? So if you got to take a couple days, if you got to take a week, if you got to take 2 weeks, I don't know what you need to take for you to get back to that place of clarity and peace, because it is a lot going on at the same time. But make sure, the Bible tells us, be vigilant, and don't get yourself caught up in all these conspiracy theories, because one thing I learned through warfare is it's nothing like Ecclesiastes when it tells you that it's not about finding out. It's not about what you know. Can you handle what you finna find out about? You know, that's another thing everybody want to know, but can you really handle the truth? Because it comes with a great responsibility when you see what others aren't seeing, right? So don't get yourself caught up in taking on additional things that you cannot currently handle at the time. You know, I used to want to know so much knowledge and listen, and that thing came with great price. But we all are situated for this journey. Focus on the main thing. Stop trying to figure out stuff that you cannot control right now. Figure out what you can control. which is keeping your immunity high, centering yourself so that you can hear from the Lord. Because he showed us in the Daniel's fast exactly what we needed to do. He showed us when he was sending them out into war what they needed to do. He showed us that they needed to eat vegetables. He showed us that they needed to literally calm themselves down and center themselves to separate themselves for the others that were just going to be doing whatever. He showed them exactly what to do. And this is the hour where you need to pull out every single one of your resources, every single one of your gems, because you are going to need them, right? But you got this. You have it all. You have exactly what you need in this. You have exactly what you need in this process that's currently taking place. So if I can tell anybody anything, that would be, don't be in denial. Don't stay there. To literally get yourself to the point that you accept what's actually happening in your life, so you can effectively take action at the current moment at hand. Because while all of those are buying toilet paper, it's time to be invested in stocks. For all of those that are worried about the foolishness, you need to be getting your portfolio together. For all of those that know they are entrepreneurs and serial entrepreneurs as myself, you need to get yourself and your team together, ready for when it's happening right now. What all are you trying to buy? What all are you trying to do at the moment at hand? We've seen this before, so we're here again. Do not miss this season. I remember being at a place about in 2012 when I seen women that were on the side of me propel forward, because when the opportunity came at hand, I was like, oh, that's nice. And I did not take action. Well, it's here again. Are you going to wait another 10 to 12 years when it happens again? No. So make your time and your actions count during the current season. And make sure you follow the plan that the Lord has shown only you. Because that's what you're going to need for your journey in this current hour. Because this is the moment. So you guys, you have exactly what you need. For those that are single in this thing with me, you are not alone. I know we would all wish we had a team partner. But one thing I will not be is be with weak players. I don't like, it'll be more of a disjustice for me to have a man that literally knows nothing about what's going on and is not prepared for me to just be by myself, right? Listen. But I know when I decided to not take the low-hanging fruit, what I signed up for. It's not to say I'm not upset about it. It's not to say that I'm not literally like having some moments over here like, boy, it show could have been a whole lot different. But I know what I signed up for. Be willing to sacrifice for the big picture. Be willing to stay in there and experience anything that you need to experience, Like I told you all, I knew he was coming, but I was like, Lord, I know when this thing happened, because God showed me what was going to happen before it happened. I said I wanted to have me a husband to be a partner when this thing shifts. I needed this, and there were so many things I should have been doing and didn't do. Listen, you guys, we can't face that. I had to deal with my truth. It's not about what it could have, should have. What is happening right now? And what, Nekia, do you need to do to get yourself at a place of peace? Because this is it. It's time to jump off that board. It's time to go in head forward. It's time to go in blind. It's time to go in, listen, whatever you ain't got by now, you better play the best hand you got. This is what's happening right now. So don't get sidetracked for those that actually don't know what's taking place. And do not get yourself caught up. There is money everywhere. It's so much money out here. I'm trying to tell you, it's so much money. Do not get sidetracked. Get yourself centered so you can vibrate to be able to elevate, to get acceptance of what that level of wealth that God has for you. Because we can't help our family if we don't have no money. We can't help our family if I don't have nothing to be able to shift the trajectory. I was reading in the book the other day, What Would Rockefeller Do? We need to see, this is the time when you need to be getting your strategy together, of getting your game plans in place. How do they make the money? How do they leave billions of dollars to their kids? What was the system? What kind of insurance do I need to have? Life insurance policies. What kind of, how do I need to invest my IRAs and my 401ks? This is the time you need to be literally getting your stuff together. Let me figure out what stocks do I need. And I told, listen here, the money I made in the stock market just in the last 3 weeks, I'm over here like, why did I not get into it before? But I can't focus on that now. All I can do is continue to move forward. While others are buying tissues, you need to be buying your way into your next future. Spend your money wisely. So for those that got a good check, because I ain't seen not a one check, for those that are getting this good $1,200 check, please use that money wisely. I know everybody is not an entrepreneur, but please invest that money wisely for your future. And it's all about long-term gains, not instant gratification. So if I can tell you anything, what I'm learning from the wealthy, it's about the long-term picture, the long-term value, the long-term investment, not just about right now. And it's about setting up and making that decision that I'm willing to do whatever it costs to get to the other side. I'm tired of looking at the promised land and knowing what the promised land looked like and what they said it was like. No, I need to live in it. I need my mansion over here in the corner. I need my address over there in the promised land. So I must do whatever's necessary to get there, because I know exactly what it takes. And I must take ownership for keeping the main thing, which is my mind, right? And which is my heart, right? Because that's going to produce every single thing that I'm trying to get externally. So you guys, once again, the 3 things that I came on here to say, if you're having one of those days and it's overwhelming, don't stay in denial. Address it, face it, sit with it head on. Be able to accept exactly whatever your current financial situation is, whatever your current emotional situation is, whatever your current health situation is. You have to get to the point of acceptance so that you can make some change in your life, right? Remember, I don't talk to everybody. I'm only talking to the 5%, because one thing my daddy taught me was everybody was not meant to get it. But what I do know is those that are meant to hear, they know exactly, and they know the value of the time that's at hand. God bless you. Enjoy your day.